Yeah.
Most people can become good at anything they so desire. They can become more successful at everything they put their mind to. But the problem is, most of us quit when we are so close to the finish line. But the question is, why? Why do we quit? Well, the why is the topic we will be discussing today. Hi, welcome to Passionate Achiever. I'm Ayo Jimmy. The why is a key topic that we're going to focus on. It's one of the topic, the last part of the recipe to success, which we will be putting on tonight. We in my previous video we discussed some of the key recipe to success, in which we focused on the goal, the action, the ambition, and then the passion. But tonight we will be looking at one of the attributes that makes successful people more successful than the ordinary people. And that itself is nothing but one common key consistency that you can find with the most successful people. And that's nothing but persistence. Persistence is a thick skin that we have towards our goal. I call it a test of our belief, not our ability. Persistence is what enables us to continuously strive towards that thing that we have that consuming vision in. One thing that separates people that are successful from people that are not successful is their commonality in persistency. Of successful people such as Steve Covey, Michael Jordan, Colonel Sanders, which is the Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe producers, and Abraham Lincoln. One key thing about them is at every stage of the activity of their life, they face challenges, they face obstacles, but one thing keeps them going is that consuming vision that they have towards their goal enables them to persist. Let's quickly look at 4 key things that prevents us from persisting with our goal. One of the key things that prevent us from persisting with our goal is we tend to showcase and say we did not have enough time. We use time as a leverage to kind of prevent ourselves from getting to where we're going to. We look at the time that it will take to carry out that activity and the time we'll be using for secondary activities. We tend to cherish more time that we use for secondary activities to the number of hours and the time it will take us to achieve that goal. And because of that, we weigh the pros and cons of the time, because we know that the goals we have, it's bigger than us. It's a long-term process. But for us to endure the time process within it, we tend to look at it and say, I did not have enough time to do it. And because of that, I'm quitting. The other thing we also put in place as well is we use money as a factor, believing that, okay, because we are not financially capable enough, or we see finance as a medium to getting us to where we're going to, which is not, it's just a tool that will assist us to get to where we're going to. So we use finance as a stumbling block. We say, oh, I don't have enough money to do that course. The course is pretty expensive. It's like walking into a shop and we see that expensive bag that we want to buy, or that expensive t-shirt, or that expensive luxurious things that we fancy in life, and we see the price tag on it. Looking at it, we picked it up and look at the price tag and we put it back. and we said it's so expensive. It's not because the product is expensive, it's because of the perception that we have towards it. And having that perception towards it is like creating a limit for ourselves. It's like creating an argument for ourselves that we have to keep. So in using that, we use money as an obstacle that prevents us from chasing our dream. The other thing people often do as well is to say they are no more interested in it. Why? Because one, they feel they've lost interest in that their passion. Because they've started the process of it and they are not getting anywhere. And like I said from the beginning, that may create the difference between the rich and the poor. It creates the difference between the extraordinary and the ordinary. The extraordinary, despite the fact that they start the road rough, they face the challenges and they face the obstacle, they still persist when they are not seeing the light or they are not seeing the limelight within the process of what they're doing. They still continue to chase their dream. And at the end of it, they reap the fruit of it and the benefit. And they become successful. And they become well known to it. And people start finding out how do they create that roadmap that provide a solution. But people are not looking at the process they take. They are not looking at the level of persistence they go through. But they want that instant glorification. They start asking them, what can they do as well to quickly acquire that thing that they have taken long time, long process, long step to acquire. And the last thing we often use is fear. We tend to say we're scared of our dream. It's good to be afraid of our dream. But what we do after the fear or being scared of the dream is what counts. Every successful people are always afraid at one point or the other. But their ability to use their fear as a propelling mechanism is what makes them so unique. They use their fear to propel them, to ignite them, to get that thing done. That separates them from the ordinary people. Let's quickly look at 4 key things that successful people use as a leverage to persist. One, I've mentioned it earlier during my talk, is that they have that consuming vision. They see that vision within them and it ignites them at every point in time. Not only that, they see that vision as real before they even start it. They visualize it. They bring that vision to reality. So it ignites them at every point in time. It keeps them awake at night and gets them up early in the morning so that they can put the strategy in place for it to enable them to achieve those things. Not only that, they develop an habit of consistent learning. They acquire knowledge. They acquire history, biography, knowledge, wisdom of other people that have achieved what they want to achieve in life. And they implement this process because there is a process for success. The road to success is not cheap, but there is a process to it. And success itself leaves clue, but we are not just picking it up. And the few that picks it up implement it by acquiring knowledge and using that knowledge to go through that process to reinvent the wheel for them to be able to achieve their own goal in life. Not only that, they also develop that inner confidence. The inner confidence gives them that assurance, give them that belief that even when they are not seeing the light at the start of their decision, they are still taking the steps. This is likening to a baby that wants to walk. They did not see the reality of their walking, but they have that visualization that what the adults are doing, they could do it. So they start crawling. From crawling, they start taking baby steps. They walk backward, then they start moving forward, step by step, until they can walk successfully. Let me ask you that question. What is that dream of yours that you've kept so long and you've worked a little on, and because you did not get anywhere, and you feel that people around you are looking at you as if, what is he doing, because they did not believe in it. It is true that most people around us don't believe in our dream, but they believe in its reality, because when it happens, they are the first to congratulate us. They are the first to be part of us. They are the first to associate themselves with us. I will leave you to do what I call the silent seminar within yourself. Ask yourself what that vision is. Ask yourself what that goal is. How long are you going to keep it there without taking a step to persist and continuously work on it? Let me give you 5 steps that I have been using and has been enabling me as a result of the knowledge that I've acquired from different high-level people of high wisdom that have achieved most of the things that I've been aiming towards in life. One of the steps that I take is to identify the purpose for my goal. Why am I embarking on that journey? For everywhere we go to in life, we always have the reason for going there. We always have something that leads us to do that. Why are you taking that step? Identifying the purpose behind it, identifying your why, identifying your reason, identifying your must score would enable you to continuously persist and continuously work relentlessly towards that goal of yours. That is one of the steps that I've been using, and it has been helping me in life. Watching this video tonight is one of the key things that I've done, because I have identified my purpose behind it. One of the key purpose behind it is to enable other people that are going through what I'm going through to be able to see that if I can't do it, they can do it as well. Because everything is achievable for people that believe in it, as long as they persist and they take a step. That takes me to the second point: taking a step. Acquisition of knowledge is good, but application of knowledge is the key. Knowledge that we did not apply will not help us to achieve our goal in life. Taking step will open you to so many opportunities. Not only that, it will enable you to make mistakes. Making mistakes will enable you to form a process, a standard that works for you. A standard that will enable you to know the password at every point of your own step. The other thing I do as well is to sketch method and ways that will enable me to get to that place that I'm going to. I believe you will agree with me that there are so many ways to get to anywhere. There's no one route to get into everywhere. There's so many ways to get into everywhere. And ability for you to be able to map out that route that works for you by acquiring knowledge from other people, by using their own process and re-engineering it to your own way of life, fine-tuning it to what you want to do, will enable you to become successful. Not only that, it will enable you to map out the strategy that suits your own process. And the last thing I often do is I prioritize my activity and set a timing to remind me for it. Every task that I do is prioritized on a different scale basis. I pick each goal and I prioritize it, and I have a sub priority as well that enables me to, as I achieve them, it propels me to take on the step for the other one, and I tick them off. Can I give you one assurance today? That you are more resourceful and you are more intelligent than your bank account makes you to believe. If you can persist towards that goal of yours that you are about to stop, you can become more successful than you think about. The pain that you will go through now is not as worse as the pain that you will go through if you stop. Because when you stop, you will go through the pain of regret. And the pain of regret, it's much more painful and is a lifetime pain than the pain of success. Which one would you choose? The pain of regret or the pain of success? Persistence is an attribute that every one of us has. We just need to identify our why to get it in. Keep walking towards your dream. It is real, and persist, because what you're chasing is also chasing you. Have a wonderful day.